Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those joining us for the first time, this is not a political pull, it's a spiritual pull. Every Sunday, a group of us get together and we play on this web of creation. What we vibrate out vibrates through the whole world. So we set our intentions to the highest possible light. Sometimes we fall short on that, and that's okay. We're doing the best that we can at this time, wherever we are on our journey. And where we find ourselves coming into is the eclipse season. Tomorrow is the worm moon. The worm moon cracks me up. So this is when the worms come out of the ground. It's going into spring. That's something I read. I don't know if it's true. It's just what a great image. And what worms do, they aerate the ground, and they do so much more. But my limited knowledge of worms. But this particular eclipse season that we're going into, from what I've been reading, hearing, it's supposed to be really, really, really powerful. It's supposed to be awakening the archetypes. We'll have dreams that may represent some new awarenesses of the self, of the shadow, of the male-female relationship, and how we present ourselves. And so those are Jung's 4 archetypes, which I have represented here. But this season seems to be just setting the table. So this isn't so much a time as to manifest things, create magic. I think this feels more like a time to just observe, jot down some new ideas, maybe celebrate some things. It feels like it's been a while since we've celebrated things. And maybe that's just because I spend too much of my awaking time buried in news feeds, which I am observing that pattern in myself and seeing how is that working out. It'll all change. One of the subscribers was talking about how we each have a role to do, and we are each manifesting that role to the best of our ability. And everybody has a role to play, so not everybody is going to pick up swords. Some people are going to pick up a prayer book. Some people are going to do some healing. We all have a part to play in this. And as long as we stay in that higher vibration, stay in love, and stay out of fear, and as I observe myself, I find myself being more detached from the 3D news, but I still get sucked into it. And it still causes anxiety. which it's not, anxiety is not love. I do not love anxiety. Back to the cards. So, Carl Jung, the article that I was looking at for this spread talked about awakening the archetypes. We have self, shadow, anima, animos, which is, if you're a female, the male qualities. If you're male, the female qualities. And then we have persona, the way we present ourselves to the outside world. This is normally opposes this card here too. So let's just see what these get, what we get with these. These cards here are giving us help with just observing. What is it we should be looking at when we're observing? All right, so let's begin, because we are beginning the eclipse season. This self. Paying attention, awakening this self-image. Woo! Awakening the Ace of Fire. Passion, information, new light. It feels like, when I look at this card, we have a little elemental up there. It feels like, when you first glance at this card, that there's a lot of storminess, darkness. There's just a little bit of light and passion, and then as your eyes adjust, it becomes warmer, and then you feel the passion in this card, and it almost has this fall type energy to it. But it's this warmth, this beginning of fire, Ace of Fire. And the shadow self, this is often what we deny. This is also what we may project onto others. Oh, the Emperor. Control. Ooh. Strength. Power. The Emperor. So in the shadow self, are we denying our control? Are we denying our strength? Are we putting our strength and giving it away to somebody else? I'll let you be the strength. You tell me what to do. Wow. Okay. Let's go to the anima, animos, and I may be mispronouncing that, but this is, and we got two cards here, which is interesting, because I may be talking to the females in the audience, and how are they incorporating the male aspects of their persona? Are they pushing them away? Are they accepting them? And talking to the male people in the audience, how are we embracing the female side? Let's see what we get. Well, here we get the Two of Earth. This is Two of Pentacles. This is balance in a turbulent sea. But in this deck, it's not so much a sea as it feels like, I mean, it's not crystal clear. It's like a mist almost to me. But she is balancing things, playing with the two sides. And when I look closer at this, both of those pentacles have rays coming off of them. Illumination, brightness. And then we have the Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands. This is moving and it's got a little magical feel to it. It's like charging, getting ready to charge, not giving up. Just keep going, keep going. Standing on top of this outcropping with all the elementals around it, all the galactic friends, ready to go. So there's a balance and there's a little bit of magic going on. And even though I said this is not a time to create magic, this is more of an observation time, it feels like with this card, with the male-female energy card, that there is magic to be had. Maybe not to use, maybe it's to cultivate it. And then the persona, how we present ourselves towards the world. And a lot of times this is in contrast to the shadow. Nine of water, Nine of Cups. We present ourselves as mermaids. Yes, even the guys. And diamonds. And comfort. The Nine of Water. How do we present ourselves? It feels like it's calm. It feels tender. It feels compassionate. Which is very opposite of this Emperor, who's all business. So these are the awakenings. This is what we're waking up to. We're waking up to new passions. We're waking up to control. Correct use of control and strength. We're waking up to the abundance that we have. And we're waking up to the magic and to the balance of things. Those are coming to us. We don't need to push. We don't need to make it happen. They're just coming to us. What we should be observing right now, maybe this is the action part of the reading, is this card says, you are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. And I look at this card. Okay, you are immortal. And there was another thing that someone said, if we are co-creating, and if we, which means that we are part of the Creator, part of the God force. So if we are that God force, how are we doing so far? If we look at us, if we project ourselves to the future and look back at this time, how would we say we're doing as Creator? Are we creating what we want? So whatever we are deciding right now, and right now this is an observation card, it says pay attention to it. Because your decisions are going to carry on into the future and into the past. The Lemurian Dreaming Pool. Extreme times require deep reflection. I so want to find this Lemurian Dreaming Pool in Mount Shasta. Maybe this summer I'll look for it if I get up there. This extreme times requires deep reflection in looking into ourselves, into our shadow side, as well as our persona. How are we creating this comfort, this warmth, this abundance? It's saying take a deep look at what we've got going on. And also know that we're not doing this by ourselves. Even though we're in a cave, but we brought our power animals with us. We brought our protection with us. So as we're doing this deep work, possibly shadow work, we've got our power animals. The last card, the last observation card. Oh, call in protection. This last card is all about love. It's all about staying in the light, staying wrapped in love. When we start going down the wrong hole, when we start going out of love, out of higher vibrations, we're going down into this deep, deep rabbit hole. And this card's warning us. We could go down a deep rabbit hole if we're not careful. This eclipse season is going to be showing us a lot of things. It's going to awaken a lot of stuff up in us. Some of it we're going to be pleased with. Some of it we're not going to be so pleased with. Don't have any judgment on it, but wrap yourself up in love and light. I've been getting this card a lot, obviously. I need to work on that. I even have a confirmation. All right, you guys. The eclipse season is here. The eclipse season, the eclipse season. The main card for me is that we're going to be looking inside of ourselves and seeing how we're doing. No judgment, just a little observation. And the observation, when we're looking at all that, is to stay in love, to stay in light, to stay in the protection of that. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.